In this video we're going to have a look at what's called reverse percentage problems. These are sort of percentage problems backwards, and you'll see with an example the sort of thing we mean. In a sale, something was selling for £45. That's how much it cost in a sale, £45. And that was marked as being 10% off. If you're asked to find the original price, what it used to be before the 10% had been knocked off, that's what we call a reverse percentage problem. So if we think about this, that £45 is 90% of the original price, because 10% has been knocked off. The original would have been 100%. So that £45 is 90%. And we've got to find that 100%. Well, easiest thing to do here is to find what 10% is first of all. Because how do you get from 90 down to 10? Easy. You just divide by 9. So if you divide by 9 over here, you need to do the same thing over here. So if I do 45 divided by 9, I get 5. So £5 is 10%. Now remember, I'm actually after 100%. What do I do to 10%? To get 100%, I times 10 by 10 to get 100. So if I times this number by 10, I need to times this number here by 10 as well. And 5 times by 10 is 50. So the original price was 50%. Sorry, £50. You can always check this, because if it started off at £50 and you knock 10% off, well, 10% of £50 is £5. Knock the £5 off, you do get the 45 that was given to you in the question at the beginning. If we have a look at a second example of something that's on sale at £840 and we're told that's 30% off, well, that £840, think what percentage of the original is that? Originally it would have been 100%. Here, if 30% has been knocked off, this must be 70%. Remember, we want 100%. So, if I get 10% first of all, and over here that would mean dividing by 7, and I'll need to divide this number over here by 7 as well. 840 divided by 7, well, hopefully from your times tables, 84 divided by 7 you know is 12. Put a naught on the end, it's £120. You could have used a calculator if necessary, but dividing 840 by 7 is 120. So that's 10% of the original. Remember, we're looking for 100% of the original, and to get from 10 up to 100, you times by 10. So if I times by 10 over here, I need to times by 10 over here as well. And the £120 times by 10 is £1,200. So that would have been the original price in the sale. And if you want to check, if you've got a calculator, you could do it on a calculator. If you start off with £1,200 and you find 30% of it, I'm going to divide it by 100 and times it by 30 to get 30%. My calculator is telling me that's 360. So if I then do the 1200, take away that 360, I do get the 840 that I was looking for in the question. So I know I've got that right if I do that in the exam. One final question. If something is being sold at £705, and that's including VAT at 17.5%, somebody might want to know what the price was before any VAT was included in the price. So here, this £705, well, it's more than the price before the VAT, and that's what we're really after, the pre-VAT price. So if the pre-VAT price was 100% and VAT has been added on, and that's 17.5%, this £705, that's the 100% and the 17.5% added together. It's 117.5%. Now we are after the 100% figure. That's always what you're after in these questions. Well, we can't get 10% so easily from here. But if we've got a calculator, it's no big deal. We'll go straight to 1%. How can you get from 117.5 to 1%? You divide by 117.5 or 117.5. So if you divide 705 by 117.5, which is 117.5, my calculator is telling me that is 6. So 1% is £6. Remember, I'm after 100%, so I times my 1 by 100. And if I times by 100 over here, I need to times by 100 over here as well. 6 times by 100 is £600. So that would have been the price before the VAT. And if you want to check, you have 600, put that 600 in your calculator, and if you times it by 17.5%, if you've got a percent button on the calculator, you could do that straight away. Otherwise, divide it by 100, times it by 17.5, that's the VAT, 105, and if you add that on to the 600, you get the 705 that was mentioned in the question, so you know you're right.